Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel if you're new. Welcome back to the channel if you're a returning subscriber. So in today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what makes you unforgettably sexy. Take a look at the three piles we have and see which one you're most drawn to based on the crystal or the card. So for pile number one, we have the crystal rose quartz with the card Messenger of Earth. For pile number two, we have the crystal malachite with the card Temptation. And for pile number three, we have Aquamarine with the card the Star. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. So once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number ones. If you chose this rose quartz crystal in this card, which is the messenger of earth, and this is your reading, we're going to be taking a look at what makes you unforgettably sexy. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then please find my email address in the description box below. Before we get started, I want to make a big announcement. I have started another YouTube channel and I've linked it in the description box below for you guys to follow. I'm still deciding on a name, but by the time this has been uploaded and posted, I'm sure by then I'd have decided on a name. So if you want to see more content, please go and check it out and follow my other YouTube account. So I'm pretty excited to get started on that account, but let's get started with your reading now. Okay, so Spirit Guides of pile number one. Spirit Guides of pile one. What makes pile number one unforgettably sexy? What makes them unforgettably sexy? So we have the Queen of Pentacles showing up reversed. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Ten of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Two of Wands showing up reversed. We have the Five of Wands. And we have the King of Pentacles. At the back of the deck, we have the Six of Pentacles. So what makes you unforgettably sexy? Well, the first thing I'm seeing is you could have quite long eyelashes, and there's something about that that appeals to people. And I feel like either you have naturally long eyelashes or you do something to make your eyelashes longer, whether it's like extensions, putting something on your eyelashes to make it grow, or false eyelashes, but something about that really enhances the beauty of your eyes. Even when your eyes are closed, it looks very good. There's also something about your side profile being sexy. And that is a big thing because it's like you're sexy from the front, but also from the side. And the reason why that's showing up as a big thing in terms of other people is because a lot of people maybe like their front profile but not their side profile, but you have a good looking side profile. Like you have a nice nose, a nice jaw. There's something about that coming through. You could have a pretty well structured jaw, but it could be a little bit thinner, if that makes sense. Like your jaw doesn't come through as very square, but maybe a little bit thinner, but still structured in some way. I'm also seeing very curly hair or braids or something like that. So if you have curls in your hair, people could find that unforgettably sexy, or maybe the way you style your braids, that could be something too. I mostly see brown hair with this pile. Shades of light brown hair to dark brown hair to a caramel brown color. There is something about your hair that makes you unforgettably sexy because it kind of just frames your face well and accentuates the beauty of your face already. It just makes it even more beautiful, if that makes sense. I feel like a lot of you also have a petite slim body, or even if you're not petite, you could have a slimmer body type, and that could be unforgettably sexy to other people. Because I see a lot of people looking at your body and feeling jealous of it, but also looking at your beauty and feeling jealous of it. I'm also seeing that you could have like what other people would consider their dream body. Okay. There's something about your eyebrows being almost perfect. So I don't know if you shape them or tweeze them, but something about like the shape and the size, how thick or thin it is, almost looks perfect based on your facial structure and facial features. It matches it perfectly. And a lot of people want eyebrows like you. There's also something about the eyes being very beautiful with this pile, and I feel like your eyes are your most unforgettable feature because there's something about people just looking into your eyes and feeling like that's the most sexy feature or the most unforgettable feature. It's quite easy to get lost in your eyes. And your eyes, when you like hold eye contact with people, it's very hard to break away from that eye contact, even if we're uncomfortable with eye contact. I'm definitely getting an emphasis on the way you style your hair, but I'm also getting that you could sort of be looking at yourself with more self love lately. Maybe you're integrating a sense of self love into your routine, where when you look at yourself in the mirror, you try to almost just appreciate the beautiful things you see instead of tearing yourself down. And that could also be emphasizing your beauty at the moment, in terms of other people looking at you, because it's almost like the vibration you're holding is honing in on that self love. And so people are just going to find you more attractive energetically, but also physically. Some people might even see the self love that you have and feel like it's unforgettable because it makes them want to love themselves too. It makes them want to go on this journey of self empowerment. You also have marriage material energy, and a lot of people that have dated you find you unforgettably sexy in the way of like, you're the only one I want to settle down with or marry. Um, a lot of them see themselves marrying you, like the people you've dated or been with, or people that have maybe crushed on you. Maybe they see you as marriage material because it just makes sense with you and you only. What makes you unforgettably sexy as well is that you don't just have a physical beauty to the way you look. There's also something about you achieving something great, or having something to your name, or having something you've accomplished for yourself. You're independent, you're diplomatic, and those are traits people definitely find sexy about you because you can take care of you. You're good on your own. But I also feel like you allow yourself to depend on others when needed, but not too much. And that's sexy to other people. You could also have lighter colored eyes, like a light green color or blue color. You're also unforgettably sexy because of your heart and the way you love and the way you show care for those around you. I sense that this is my pile of people that love to do little things for the ones you love, like cook for them. Um, for some of you, you like to read stories to your children, and then your husband or wife finds that attractive and sexy. For some of you, I'm picking up on like husband wife energy where it's like you're cleaning the home, you're cooking for your husband, your wife, and they just find that sexy. I'm seeing something like that for someone here, but that doesn't have to resonate with everybody. I'm also seeing something about your hugs and the way you kind of just like cheerlead the people around you. They will never forget how you made them feel or how you boosted their sense of confidence, like just people around you. And that also contributes to this. You could be someone that's well groomed, always taking care of your clothing and your shoes and stuff like that. You could also be someone that has a whole beauty routine where on certain days you're doing like exfoliation, on certain days you're shaving, on certain days you're doing facial masks. I'm seeing some kind of beauty routine that just enhances your already beautiful nature. This pile likes to do self-care. I definitely see that. And what also makes you unforgettably sexy is you have some elements of your life together, like you're ticking off things in your to-do list, but you're also someone other people think ticks all the boxes in terms of what they're looking for in a friend and a partner. There's something about you wearing heels and your calves looking very good. Something about your calves having muscle to it and it looking good when you wear heels, because I don't know if you've ever seen that before, but I'm seeing that in my mind's eye. You also seem very occupied with your own self and with your own things, that you seem a little bit more nonchalant when it comes to other people, and it makes other people want to chase after you. And sometimes they do chase after you, but you don't even notice it, and it makes them want you even more. I see that there are a few people that are very sexually attracted to you, that want to pleasure you in that way, but they almost feel like you don't even take notice of them, but that makes them want you even more. So I am seeing that you're very photogenic, and people often remember the photos you've taken because of how sexy it is. Um, you know how sometimes you'll just scroll through Instagram, but with you, it's like I'll actually remember that photo I saw. I won't just scroll past it and forget about it 2 seconds later. I'm picking up on Cancerian energy. So whether you are a Cancer or not, I'm seeing this element of taking care of the people around you, being a very nurturing person, and being someone that almost just like serves the people around you, if that makes sense. You're also very supportive emotionally with the Queen of Cups here, and that makes you unforgettably sexy in terms of personality, because people remember the times you were there for them and how much you actually care. There's also something about your voice that's unforgettably sexy. I'm picking up on the way you speak and your voice. Specifically, well, this doesn't have to resonate with everybody. If it doesn't resonate, just say your voice. But I'm specifically picking up on like a raspy voice or a calm type of voice that almost feels very grounding in some way. And you seem very intelligent and well spoken. Your voice kind of like calms people down and makes them feel at ease and makes them feel safe. And you're also very good at teaching people things and explaining things to people that might be a little bit more difficult to understand. Like explaining a concept that might be a little bit more difficult to understand in simpler terms. Your voice also definitely has a seductive nature to it, and you have a type of healthy glow to the way that you look that adds to that sexy energy or physical appearance. So I am hearing voluptuous. So there may be some people here that are a little bit more voluptuous. Whereas, like I said before, maybe most people watching this pile are on the slimmer side. The things you do or say that make people smile make you unforgettably sexy. And the fact that you're staying in your own lane, you're not competing with anybody, but other people tend to compete with you. But you're just focusing on genuinely bettering yourself and uplifting yourself in some way and achieving something great and just competing with you, but not with other people. A lot of the times people question whether you like them or not, because you seem to care and you seem to show that love to the people closest to you. But when it comes to outside people, I'm getting that you're a little bit more self-focused, but not in a narcissistic way, but more in a way of like, maybe you don't even realize that person likes you and wants to be around you, but you're kind of just focused on you or what's around you, that you don't really realize that they want to talk to you or be around you more. And then they kind of wonder, do you like me? Do you not like me? And that kind of thing of doubting or questioning, it makes them like you even more and makes them find you even more unforgettably sexy. You could also be the type of person that is a little bit more indecisive, or maybe you take your time coming to a decision or conclusion about something you want to do next. And so when you ask the people around you for advice, it makes them feel needed and makes them feel like they're helping you. So that adds to it as well. It kind of just makes people like you more when they get to add value to whatever decision you're making, right? You could also have more of an expensive taste in clothing, or shoes or something. I keep seeing shoes with this pile. Maybe you have like a shoe collection. But I'm also seeing, if that's not the case, then maybe you look like more glamorous in some way or more bougie in some way. So I'm seeing someone here is on Tinder because I'm literally seeing the app, and I'm seeing people scroll through the app, and every time people are like swiping, I can't remember which side they swipe because I've been in a relationship for so long. Not that I'm complaining, but I mean, like, I can't remember if you swipe left or right, but I'm seeing like people wanting to match with you. Um, so that's very cool that that's coming up. Maybe if you're like on a dating app, then maybe a lot of people see you on there and are hoping they match with you because you're so sexy to them that they just can't forget you. Maybe they go past other people that are attractive, but it's just not the same. With you, it's like their mind goes back to you the whole time and they keep checking their phone to see if they match with you. Or maybe even people keep checking their phone to see if you message them or something like that. If you're like a slow texter or if you're busy a lot of the times, maybe that creates some kind of intrigue people have towards you, or it makes them almost desire you more because you're maybe more busy. This pile is very photogenic, and I think I did mention that, but I'm also seeing something about like the phone and people on social media and text messages and things like that. So what I mean by that is like people that are messaging you on your phone just won't forget the conversations you've had, especially if you had more sexy conversations. Maybe there's certain things you said that really appealed to them in some way. And on social media, I see that people maybe remember like your face, even if they don't know you, just because they saw your post. Some people even feel like when you're taken, they want to steal you away from that person just because you're so hot to them. Yeah, you just have like this sweet type of personality. Also, when you wear glasses or sunglasses, it adds to that sexy thing you got going on. So this is where I'm going to leave your reading. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my polymer twos. If you chose this Malachite crystal and the card Temptation, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what makes you unforgettably sexy. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then please find my email address in the description box below. So I have something exciting to announce before we get started with your reading. I have created another YouTube channel where I will be posting other types of tarot content. So if you're interested in that, please go and check it out. Please follow me. I've linked the channel in the description box below. So I'd really appreciate it if you guys did that. So yeah, let's get started with your reading. So Spirit Guides of pile number 2. Spirit Guides of pile number 2. What makes them unforgettably sexy? What makes pile number 2 unforgettably sexy? So we have the Six of Swords showing up first. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Page of Wands reversed. We have the Five of Swords. So what makes them unforgettably sexy? The Chariot. And we have the Tower. So at the back of the deck, we have the High Priestess. So I am hearing the song Honey Baby by Clairaudience. I think it's called that. But what I'm basically getting from that is maybe you're kind of sweet like honey, and part of that makes you unforgettably sexy. But I also feel like with this Temptation card, this is the Devil card, but it's they changed it to Temptation with this tarot deck. So I'm getting this energy that you could be quite seductive in some way physically, quite alluring physically, almost hard to resist, very tempting. And it almost feels like you bring out sexual feelings in people even when they try to resist that. So you could be very tempting in that way since that is your first card. But since you chose the Malachite crystal, this is combined with the heart chakra energy where even when we see like a heart here, I feel like you have a lot of people like crushing on you, not just lusting over you, but crushing on you too and wanting to date you and finding you irresistible in some way. This pile is absolutely gorgeous physically. I'm seeing a lot of you could have very, very dark hair, like black hair, and I'm seeing that a lot of you could be shorter in stature. You could have a medium length hair where it's like by your shoulders, and you could have very straight hair and almond looking eyes or like cat like eyes, if that makes sense. That's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. You could have a sexy body, and you don't even have to try to be sexy through the clothing you wear. You just are sexy like with your body, where no matter what you wear, you're still gonna be sexy. So that's part of what makes you unforgettably sexy, because you don't have to actually like do something to your look to imitate that. You naturally already exude that energy, right? Through your physical appearance. I'm seeing that you could have a gorgeous smile that stays on people's minds forever. You could also just have like this very loud voice and presence that it's hard to forget you because of how loud your presence is or how loud your voice is, but it's not coming through as negative. It's actually coming through as quite positive. The way Spirit is showing it to me is like someone that's almost bubbly, loud, just not afraid to take up space, right? And the fact that you have that bubbly side to you, it almost just makes people feel like letting loose and just joining in on that. You know what I mean? So that is what I'm definitely getting here. Also, like you could have a laugh that is almost like loud in nature or contagious that makes other people laugh. I'm getting that you could have gone through heartbreak before. You could have gone through very traumatic things with the tower, but you still choose to almost like look at at life from an optimistic lens. Of course, you're not trying to bypass whatever you've been through, but you're also not staying focused on those sad emotions, right? Because I do feel that heartbreak in my heart chakra, and you're rebuilding, you're kind of healing, you're rebuilding on top of that. You're not just focusing on the negative, right? And of course, someone can go through pain and sort of be in that moment, and it doesn't really mean they're focusing on the negative. But for you, I'm getting that maybe you've already healed a lot. Maybe it's already been some time. You've already rebuilt something stable for yourself. So, for example, let's say you have a stable support system where whenever you're going through something, you have someone to talk to. That's an example of the energy. You have some kind of support system or some kind of stability to stand on when things are tough or when things are hard. But basically, I don't want to go off topic. Basically, what I wanted to say was, although you've been through pain, you still hold that spark of joy within you, and you still try to, see life through the eyes of someone that maybe hasn't experienced pain. Almost like joyful, like looking at life through a joyful lens, if that makes sense. When someone has hurt you or betrayed you or just effed you over and over again, and you sort of just don't want them in your life anymore, you can become very ruthless. But it's like people are seeing this in a positive light, in a sexy light. Like, oh yes, this person isn't gonna let this person walk all over them. Or, oh yes, this person isn't gonna just stay by this person and stick by their side even though this person doesn't care for pile number two, you know? So the fact that you're able to emotionally detach from people like that and almost switch up on them, where you don't care about them anymore because they didn't care about you, makes you seem more sexy to others. Why is that, Spirit? It's sexy to people that feel like they can't stand up for themselves, or they can't speak their truth, or they're afraid to say something harsh to someone that has maybe hurt them. Do you get what I mean? So it's like, because they're afraid to do that themselves, the fact that you're able to do it makes you hotter to them. You could also be very smart but beautiful at the same time. I'm getting that maybe some of you are studying at the moment and you always have a book in your hands or something like that. Or maybe you like to read. But I'm just getting the energy of someone that's smart and beautiful at the same time. That adds to whatever you have going on, because it makes people feel like, whoa, this person has both of these things, and now they find you even more sexier. I'm seeing something about the way you move and the way your assets jiggle. I'm just going to put it that way. Either the behind area or, by the chest area for the woman watching. There's something about it jiggling when you walk, but in a sexy way. I don't know why that's coming through, but that's what I just saw clairvoyantly. You're also a free spirit, and that free spirited energy you have is very attractive to other people. People often stay in bed thinking about you, or lie awake at night thinking about you, like unable to get you out of their mind. I also sense that you're the one that got away for a lot of people, especially those that have regrets about how things were done with you, where maybe they wish they would have done things differently. They wonder what their life would have turned out like if things didn't go the way it went. You're kind of like the leader in your friend group or at work or something, or you have those leadership qualities. And that's something people definitely find attractive and unforgettable in some way. I'm also seeing cat eye sunglasses. I'm seeing that a lot of you could be creative and could be kind of like a party animal or the life of the party, and you're very fun to be around, and part of that adds to this unforgettable sexiness you have. I'm also seeing a lot of people sexually fantasize about this pile. And a lot of people almost look at this pile with lustful eyes. So I'm seeing, I can't say this on YouTube, but I'm seeing someone fantasize about you sucking them off, if I can say it like that. Hopefully that doesn't get demonetized. I don't think it will, because I didn't say anything explicit. But anyways, show me more, Spirit. There's something about you having like a bronzed or tanned look to your skin tone. Either you do tanning or your skin is naturally like that. You're also a sweet person, but if someone comes for you, you're ready to fight. And I don't know why people find that sexy, but they do. I think it's because you're intimidating in that aspect, and that adds to whatever this is that we're speaking about. You also have a lot of people like wanting to impress you and have you look at them instead of other people, because they perceive it as like you have a lot of people that want your attention, but they only want your attention to be on them. So it's like they keep trying to impress you, and then maybe someone else catches your intention and then they keep trying to get your attention back on them. Even if that's not true, that's at least the way other people perceive it. You've also had some kind of change or glow up to the way that you look, but you've also been growing as a person and transforming yourself in some way. You're also very attuned to your psychic senses, and something about you being in touch with your own sense of spirituality is unforgettably sexy. You also have a kind of radiance or glow to the way that you look physically. You're constantly also bettering yourself and working on yourself. And I see that at one point you could have lost your spark but found it back. And it's almost like people are looking at you now where you found your spark back, and they're looking at you with like awe and amazement. I'm also getting that a lot of people have this desire for you, sensually. That is an energy that keeps showing up, even clairvoyantly, as I'm tapping in. You could also be someone that travels a lot. You could also be very focused on your fitness goals or fitness journey, and that could be sexy to other people. And something about the way you smell is very unforgettably sexy. It makes people want to know what perfumes you're wearing. Like people maybe of the same gender want to know, and then other people are just attracted to your scent, where it makes them desire you even more. And something about that scent is unforgettable. You're also quite mysterious or private in the way you go after things. You only tell people things when you trust them. And that also adds to this sexy thing you got going on. I also see there's something about your lips that it's almost like they seem very plump in some way. Some of you could also have freckles, and people find that unforgettably sexy. Some people almost like want to worship you and the ground you walk on. But I feel like that would be people that are like crushing on you, or people that you've dated or are currently dating if you're in a relationship. Your makeup could also look very good. I pick up that this pile doesn't put on a lot of makeup, but you put on like some makeup, and you're always doing little touch-ups to the way you look. And the fact that you care a lot about like doing touch-ups and stuff to the way you look, it makes people attracted to you. Again, like you're always just fun to be around. It's always a good time around you. I see someone wants to get you flowers, and like a heart box chocolate, or maybe there's something about like your sexiness where it makes people want to do things for you or show you gestures of like romance or affection. Big gestures. So I'm seeing the um scene from Ice Age when that little squirrel is chasing after the nut. And okay, so maybe that's metaphoric for like how other people almost chase after you. There's also something about you that's very cool and interesting that appeals to people. And there's also something about your music taste being appealing to others, where they find you even more sexier because they found out your music taste. Maybe they like the same music as you. Oh, I just got goosebumps as I said that, so I'm gonna take that as confirmation. So that is all I have for you, pile number 2. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number 3s. If you chose this Aquamarine crystal and the star card, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what makes you unforgettably sexy. So please be aware that this is a general reading. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, then please find my email address in the description box below. So before we get started with your reading, I have an exciting announcement. So I've started another YouTube channel where I will be sharing other types of tarot content. So if you're interested in that, please go ahead and check it out and subscribe to it if you want to, of course. I would greatly appreciate that. So now let's get into your reading and shuffle your cards. So spirit guides of pile number 3. So let's go ahead and shuffle your cards. So spirit guides of pile number 3. Please tap me into their energy. And please show me what is unforgettably sexy about pile number 3. So we have the 6 of Swords showing up reversed. We have the 4 of Wands. We have the Strength card. We have the Hermit. We have the 5 of Cups. And we have the 9 of Pentacles, as well as the Moon card. So at the back of the deck, we have the Page of Swords. So what makes you unforgettably sexy, pile number 3? So there's something about the clothes that you wear that exudes sensuality, but there's also something about your body that is quite attractive and appealing to others, specifically the stomach area, the waist area, and the chest area. I am seeing some of you could have more of this boho aesthetic, or some of you could have like a coquette aesthetic to the way that you look, and it actually looks sexy on you. So definitely something about your fashion style. I feel like your fashion style is very unique, but trendy at the same time. Other people take interest and note of what you're wearing and maybe even try to replicate it themselves or find inspiration from it. And I'm getting that you inspire a lot of people when it comes to your look. And that's part of what makes you unforgettably sexy. Like, let's say you wear something and someone sees it and they're sort of inspired by that look you have going on, and then they kind of want to replicate it themselves. So maybe they make a mental note of it in their mind. I'm seeing an energy like that. You could have this piercing, intense gaze in your eyes that comes across as very sexy yet intimidating at the same time. You could also have a softness to your body structure, if I can put it that way. Like, there's a softness to your arms, to your hands, not just the physical texture of your skin, but like the outline of your body comes across as like soft in nature rather than sharp. Like, let's say, for example, your elbows. Maybe they're not sharp, but they're like soft. I hope I'm making sense, but maybe you have a little bit more um, fleshiness to your skin, if that makes sense, or more curve to your body, right? But what I'm picking up here is like the type of body type where you're not extremely curvy, but you're not extremely thin either, but it looks good on you and people find that appealing in some way. So you're kind of just like in the middle, like a medium kind of size or body weight. There's something about your long hair that is sexy to other people. I'm seeing a lot of you could have like light brown hair or red hair or like shades of red or ginger or maybe even like strawberry blonde or something like that. There's some kind of like reddish hue to your hair that is very sexy on you. You have the type of look that makes you stand out in a crowd and it makes you noticed by other people more than other people around you. So I'm not trying to compare you to other people around you, but you can kind of stand in a crowd and people will notice you. People will be able to kind of see you standing out there in some way, right? There's something about you sometimes being a little bit more shy, reserved, introverted, but maybe you don't want to be. Like maybe sometimes you kind of just spend time indoors a lot of the time, and maybe you want to change that and you want to put yourself out there more and go out more and have fun more outside. Um, but it's almost like you can't help it. Sometimes you're just more reserved in nature, even though sometimes you try to get outside of your comfort zone and put yourself out there more. But because you have that reserved energy or shy energy, it actually appeals to people more because it adds mystery to you, where it's almost like people can't get a hold of you or you're not always available, always there, and it makes you more desired by others. So, although you may feel like you don't quite like that about yourself, or you may want to change that about yourself but struggle too, it's actually a good thing because, well, I'm not saying you should continue doing it if you don't want to, but what I am saying, it is a good thing because it actually makes people desire you more the less available, accessible you are, right? And like that saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Maybe people almost just like miss you when you're not around. They sense and feel your absence. I'm seeing an element here of like, you're not there at that event or party, and one of your friends is really sad that you're not there, and really misses you, and it's really quiet without you. You could be quiet in front of people you're not really comfortable around and a little bit more private and reserved, but around your closest friends, you kind of let loose and get outside of your shell and comfort zone. So those closest people miss that energy you bring whenever you're not around. And I feel like the people closest to you find it unforgettably sexy when they, for the first time, get to see you open up outside of your shell, outside of your comfort zone, show a side of them you never really show other people. But that people from the outside that don't get to see that side of you maybe find that mystery and that reserved, quiet energy you have sexy in an unforgettable way. So it's like both people find it sexy, but maybe this person that hasn't seen more depth to you hasn't seen that, so they don't know what they're missing out on, if that makes sense. There's something about you showing up in people's dreams and people almost like romanticizing this pile. You have a very mystical, beautiful, healing energy. I feel like your energy is also unforgettable and sexy. You've also been trying to hide yourself less from the world and be more confident in yourself and almost like be more courageous in putting yourself out there, which there's nothing wrong with, because I feel like maybe that's the next step of your journey of like letting yourself be seen in some way. But I am getting that the fact that you don't always show that side of yourself, the fact that you're mysterious, the fact that you're private, it creates more intrigue about you. But I am sensing that when you voice your opinions, when you almost like take up more space and let yourself be seen more by people, people do appreciate it and find it unforgettably sexy as well. And because you come across as someone that's more quiet, shy, and reserved, when you are a little bit more open with like your words, and when you are, like speaking up for yourself, people do find that unforgettably sexy because they didn't expect it from you. And the fact that they got it from you but didn't expect it from you makes it even more unforgettable, if that makes sense. Like, oh, I didn't know Pal 3 had that side to them. I'd like to see more of that. That's the response that's coming through to that. You're also very independent. You don't really need anybody. Like, you're okay on your own. And something about that independence appeals to people because of the fact that you're self-sufficient. They know like you can do everything on your own, but it almost makes people want to prove to you that they can help you in some way, even if you don't need their help. Or it almost makes people want to prove to you that you can lean on them a little bit, even if you don't need that necessarily. And when you allow them to be that for you, then that's something that's also unforgettably sexy because maybe they didn't expect you to accept that from them. Something about when you shut the door closed to people, when you stop seeing them, when you stop talking to them for whatever reason, whether it's you cutting them off, you guys just distancing yourselves from each other, either intentionally or unintentionally, it creates this desire for you even more. So it's almost like when you're out of people's lives for long, it makes them miss you and it makes them just desire you even more. And then they can't get you off their mind, and then they start replaying the kind of moments you had together and trying to figure out what went wrong. Because of the fact that maybe they don't have any answer or clues as to why that door shut closed, maybe then it kind of plays on their mind and repeat, if that makes sense. You have experienced disappointment before, but I feel like you're also in the process of releasing that and healing from that and regaining your strength after going through a hard period. So the star can represent healing, and the number 9 showing up twice can represent a release happening within your energy field. But I also feel like you have an abundance of strength to rely on, and I feel like you've been evolving and growing as a person, so that also makes you unforgettably sexy in some way. The fact that you can go within and process your own emotions, and you have this healthy relationship to your own emotions. The fact that you've grown, it adds a sexiness to the internal parts of you, right? Because there has been some kind of growth or character development. But also that thing of you being like emotionally available and you having that healthy relationship to your emotions is sexy to people that can appreciate that. People that look for that in a friend and a partner, I'm almost getting this energy of like, you treat me badly, I'm fading away from your life like a ghost. and you're almost just going to hold on. So I get that maybe you have a lot of people, maybe you've cut out intentionally, as I tap in clairvoyantly, that are missing you, are regretting like what they've done to make you leave or ghost them. And maybe they want to talk to you, but they don't know what to say to fix it. Maybe nothing they can say will fix it. They know that. And that's maybe what's making it worse for them. There's something addictive about you. Spirit is showing me, like, you know, when you're eating chocolate and it's so good that you just want more and more and more. People almost feel like that with you. Like, they can't get enough of you. Like, they just want more of you. There's something addictive about your presence and your energy. You're also quite unpredictable in a good way. People don't always know what to expect from you, and that adds to the sexiness. There's also something about when you walk around, there's something that you do in terms of the way you walk that is sexy, like maybe the actual walk, but I'm also seeing something about like someone wearing heels and the heels making noises and it being sexy, or someone wearing like a lot of bracelets and not making noises and it's sexy, or someone like having their hair tied up and they, you know, shake their hair around while they walk and it's sexy. There's something you do that's specific to you, a habit that you have, or something that people find appealing to do with your walk. People also like the handbags you wear, the accessories you wear. A lot of people almost like want to do like romantic gestures for you and tell you how they feel. A lot of people feel an emotional connection to you, even if you're just strangers. It's just something they feel that they can't put an explanation on. Or they can't necessarily explain, if that makes sense. But I'm seeing someone offer you a rose and kiss your hand. So I get that you have like a lot of people crushing on you, and some of these things I'm mentioning may be what I'm channeling from those crushes. There's also something about you always being on time. People always have a good time with you whenever there is like wine or something involved. Like maybe this is people you're closest to. Because of the fact that you're so unforgettably sexy, I sense that other people, and now what I'm about to say is like, imagine you have someone that is crushing on you, or someone you're dating or getting to know romantically, and they have people that like them, or people that are crushing on them, or exes. A lot of the times those people will start to feel like they can't even compete with you, and you cause a lot of insecurities for those people because they think that you're almost gonna it's like they can't even compete with you even if they tried. So they know that you already won without even trying, and they think that that person might find you unforgettably sexy, where they don't even compare it with you. So I'm not sure if that's actually true or not. I'm not trying to compare you with other people, but this is how that person feels, or if you've had multiple situations like that, then that's how they feel. I'm seeing this clairvoyantly where you take people's breath away, where they almost feel like they need an asthma pump in the moment. I'm literally seeing that clairvoyantly. You could also be very helpful with a beautiful smile, but when you smile, your eyes smile too. And that's something very unforgettably sexy. There's something also about the touch of your body. Whoever has been with you intimately and touched your body in sensual ways finds your touch so soft. And I don't want to be explicit, but something about your moans replay in their head, and the feeling of your touch is unforgettably sexy. So that is where I'm going to leave your reading. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.